Hi, and thanks for joining us. I'm Raphael James. There are several families, several students in the Charleston County School District who do not have a place that is theirs to lay their head at night. They're experiencing homelessness and housing insecurity. There's a program within the Charleston County School District that is working to aid those families and help get them in a position where they're more certain about where they call home. One of the organizations that is helping out with that, there is a program. It's called Serving the Unhoused and Underserved. It's sponsored by the Charleston County School District McKinney-Vento program. It offers resources there for families who need them. It's Saturday, July 29th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Charleston County School District 4 Stadium. That's on Montague Avenue, and it is in North Charleston. To talk with us a little bit about some of the things that they offer to families who are facing housing insecurity is Miss Marie Roland with the Navigation Center. Thank you so much for being here with us and talking about the Unhoused and Underserved event. Tell me how your organization is going to support this effort.
So the Navigation Center, we've been working alongside of the McKinney-Vento for several years, actually. And when the families have come in with us, we do an intensive case management. So with the families that will be coming to this event, we'll be able to sit down with them and give that case management to begin starting to figuring out what are the next steps for them. Each person is individual, and it's very complex with so many overlapping services that they need. So when someone comes into our office, we do a complete holistic type of intensive case management with them to see where they are today. And then we try to take a look at what are the things that we can do immediately, and then what are some of the things that we need to do for the longer term. And we create a plan, so to speak. When they come in, we want to see about we believe that that medical and mental health and social services have to be intertwined while we're working with all of these families. So not only do we want to address the immediate needs, which is either a shelter or temporary housing or permanent housing, we want to make sure that we're also are able to make the sound decisions and make sure they're connected to our mental health services in the center or our MUSC clinic that we have in the center.
Is there any one thing that prevents people from finding out or getting your services?
Well, as you know, a lot of the barriers that people have is transportation. So if there's something like that, we'll try to help them get to there, or we at least try to start doing the screening over the phone. But a lot of the times that they will make sure that they can get to us by either Ubering or trying to get some bus passes or trying to figure out how they can get there to the center, which is downtown.
Now, if people need information from you, how do they contact you? What is the process they go through?
They can go through the website and complete an intake form, or they can call us at 855-355-1200.
Okay. And how long has your organization been in existence?
We've been around for 7 years. We've been working with families for a very long time. We've been working with McKinney-Vento really around 2020. We're seeing, we tell these families they're never alone. We're a part of their family now. And we have some repeat, a lot of families sometimes, unfortunately, with our housing, as you know, it's very difficult that we have, they get evicted again. So they know they can always come back, and we can start working on the next steps.
And what can they expect to see when they show up to this event on the 29th of July?
And this is the first one, so I'm not really, I'm hopefully what I imagine and what I've seen so far from the McKinney-Vento office is, other partners, other community partners that will be out there in order to support any kind of need that they need as far as their next steps.
This is not just a problem that is unique to Charleston. Are you hopeful that homelessness is something that we can get to a point where it doesn't exist anymore?
Yes, I pray that would happen, that we can get, that there's no homelessness, but, unfortunately, with a lot of the folks that we serve that are in the poverty, we've got a lot of different barriers that we have to address with each one. So even though they may not have the money to pay the rent, there's a lot of other barriers that we have to deal with, which is our mental health, and some of those medical things. We do get a lot of hospital discharges, as you can see, that they can't make the next step. So there's a lot of different variations. It's not just a paycheck sometimes. Unfortunately, we've got landlords that are increasing their rent while they're in there when they're already struggling to pay their rent. And until we get all of the forces that are out there to help us, I think, we've got a long road ahead of us as far as eliminating homelessness.
And you mentioned the mental health part of that. What kind of resources do you have for families who may find themselves in the throes of mental illness?
So right now we work alongside with the McKinney-Vento and within the school systems. As you know, the first thing we try to do is to make sure those families are connected to the social workers and the mental health counselors that are within the school systems for their children. And a lot of families that come in don't even realize that those services are available. And then when the families come in, people forget about the mothers that are there that are having a lot of, are dealing with a lot of crisis, as you may think, trying to make sure that the roof is over their head, so that a lot of them that come in, they've never addressed any trauma that they've had in their lives in the past. So we connect them with our mental health providers that are here at the Navigation Center.
I understand you also have a utility assistance program. What do you have to qualify for that?
So we help with prevention, with utilities, with rent. We try to assist folks that are even trying to move in. But what we use is some of our own grant monies. But I kind of look at it as a quarterback, so to speak. So when someone comes in, we take a look at all of their needs, whether it's utility or rent, and then we partner with all of the other different community partners that are out there that have assistance. So they're not going from door to door looking for that assistance. We kind of broker them, so to speak, so that they don't have to go from one agency to another. And then we work alongside of those agencies to piece it together. And that's what, especially for instance, we had a utility assistance for a family on Thursday. I knew one organization can help, and we just try to piece it together and make sure that we can get that paid for. So it's really a lot of different types of organizations that we work with and try to pull it together for that client.
So for the person who's watching this and saying to themselves, it's hopeless, I don't have anybody to help me or advocate for me, what advice do you have for them?
Tell them they're never alone. There are a lot of reasons. We are ministry here, but, we tell them to just come in and let's just try to figure out, if we can't get plan A, we look at plan B, C, D, and E, whatever it may be, for those next steps. And just really try to help and walk alongside of their journey and really try to help them to get where they need to be, which is what a lot of people don't even think about, is just to be happy. And it's really sad that a lot of these families are struggling the way they have been. But we just make sure that they know that they're never alone. They can always come here, and we'll try to work out whatever it may be for their next steps.
Marie Roland, thank you so much for being here with us and talking with us about this and letting people know about this information on an event that's happening right there in their very own community. And if you are interested in checking it out, it'll be taking place on July 29th in Charleston County at the District 4 Stadium. That's on Montague Avenue, Saturday, July 29th from 11 in the morning until 2 p.m. And there will be all kinds of resources for families who need them. The name of the project is Serving the Unhoused and the Underserved. And if you know someone who could benefit from this program, please share this video with them, let them know so that they can get the information that potentially can get them out of the situation that they find themselves in right now. I'm Raphael James. Thank you so much for joining us on this one-on-one conversation.